Okay, hi, hello everyone. I'm here. I swear I am here. I am here. Hello. At the very beginning, I apologize. Today I'm not sounding like myself because, well, I have a little bit of a runny nose, but other than that, I'm fine. That's why I thought, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to sit in front of my PC anyway, so what's the difference between me sitting and talking and me sitting and not talking? It's not like it's my throat hurting or anything. So that's why finally we are back to the amazing Uma Musume tier list. And if you do not remember what happened previously, well, you have a VOD to catch up to. Hello, Yuzukiko, hi! So yeah, I will not be summarizing it. I don't care, it's 4 hours long, and if you don't have time to do that, you can watch it in ×2 speed, and then it's only 2 hours. But anyways, I made a little bit of a difference. There was kind of like a middle tier that was, from what I remember correctly, lost in the crowd. I split it into 2 in the end because after a stream I had a little bit of thinking, and yes, because I do tend to think sometimes, so I thought, you know what, I feel like there is a significant difference between one of those designs in this tier and the others. Therefore I split it into 2 of okay but not unique, which means basically like the design itself is an okay design. It's just like it feels more of a side character than a protagonist, which obviously there are so many Umas that you could say like some are more of a protagonist than the others, obviously, but you know what I mean. It's just like basically a simple design. Maybe there are some elements that I don't personally like, but they aren't as like they don't irk me as much as the ones that are in something is off, which basically is like, it's not the worst design. The concept had something, but there are too much of oomphs, but negative oomphs that make me feel like, yeah, something is very wrong in here. Like in Seiyun Sky's case, it's like, her name is Seiyun Sky and she has like white and green color palette. I'm like, I don't know when green became the new the new blue, but okay, I never seen green sky. So she's more like Seiyun Grass than Seiyun Sky, but whatever. So that's what happened. Just to explain the difference, the changes that have been done outside of the stream. One more thing, a very good news for those who truly care about Umas. This tier list is constantly being updated. As the time has passed since the last time, there have been definitely 2 new Umas added, which I also added on my Clip Studio Paint file. And I think new outfits as well. Therefore, it can be a series that I will be returning to once, like, I finish with what we have. I'm going to, like, wait for the tier list to be updated enough to do it again. Like, I would need minimum of 25 designs, I would say, to make yet another stream, because I assume 25 designs is something that I would be doing in 2 to 3 hours. Which would be like a decent amount of time for me to just do things. I'm going to lower the music a little bit. So just as a quick I don't know, like quickly to remind you how I'm judging things more or less. Basically, well, I'm judging everything, right? Like when I'm feeling something is off, I'm telling that and it's like the more oomphs I have, the lower the Uma is. As I said, Fashion Goat is basically, I wouldn't change anything. The color palette is great, the elements are great, the concept of the entire design makes sense and gives you away immediately the personality of the Uma, but also like what kind of vibe they were supposed to give off and what they were inspired by. Then we have Solid Drip, which is a really good design. It may have some not of the best elements, or it might not feel special enough, but overall it feels more unique than the others, and it feels like more solid, and like just it feels like they are more special than those below in okay but not unique, which I said, like they give off a little bit of an NPC vibe sometimes, or sometimes it's like it is a good design, but my personal preference won't let me call it a drip, like solid drip, or it's just like it lacks something, or it has like more much more issues than I would like. Then we have Something Is Off. Once again, this is where I can feel like there was a concept, but the concept has been messed up a little bit too much to my liking. That's why it's like Something Is Off. Oh, it's like it's a little bit of too much of a crime for me to like that. Most of the time it's color palette. And Seek Professional Fashion Advice is basically like a design mess. It's like putting bullshit together and like, yeah, it works. No, it does not. Okay, but now that we have that explained, I think that was more than enough of an explanation. We're moving to, as you can see on the left, on the very left of my screen, we have this Uma presented to us. Oh wait, let me just adjust her so she's more in the middle for you guys. So this is the Uma that is next in line. As I am going to remind you, the outfits, alternative outfits, will be judged after I'm finished with the default Umas. Unless, let's say, I'm going to finish today the remaining Umas, which I doubt, honestly. I have my doubts, because there are quite a lot. There are more than half. Only then I will start doing those alternative outfits. But if by any chance, like, there will be new Umas coming out, playable ones, and will be added on this tier list, we're not going to touch them until I'm done with the outfits, basically. And then once I'll be like finished with everything, I'll be waiting for 25 both Umas and alternative outfits to be updated, and then we will continue the series. I think that's a solid ass plan. So without further ado, let's go to the girl Sakura Chiyono O. So immediately, Sakura, named Sakura, we already have Sakura Bakshin, which I think is a very solid drip. In here we have Sakura Chiyono O, so in this case Sakura was more put into the concept of like more of like Japanese style. But what I immediately, like, I'm going to immediately say I love the color palette. I like, you know how hard it is to adjust green so it will match with everything else? In here it works because we have like mostly pink, a little bit of well, you could say dark purplish blue, almost black elements, and then green, and it somehow works very well in here. What I also can immediately say that I like is the shapes. I really like the shapes of this design. I think overall, like, color palette is great. Then we have the shapes, and at first you may think, or you may feel, and this is when I first saw this Uma, because obviously, like, when I started playing the game, I checked out all of the designs, but like didn't rate them. So this is only the first time I'm giving a chance to look deeply into those designs. But back then, I was, at first when I looked at it, I was like, okay, like your typical give me a Japanese style design, right? But hello, Merek, too much anime babas for you. It's okay, Merek, it's okay, it's fine. I appreciate that you came here. Anyways, but I think you underestimate how Japanese this design is, because you have like, at first you have like those kind of like traditional vibes, which I feel is the first thing you can notice through the shoes and the sleeves. The sleeves that are, well, not fully sleeves, but whatever. Like, this is the first thing, and then you have like the sash in the middle, which like feels the entire design of traditional Japanese kimono kind of clothing. But then you look, you take a closer look, and you see there are a lot of traditional Japanese school uniforms. The top in here is very Japanese-like, the school uniform-like, and here we have this amazing design for the skirt, which is the base, the white base with pink stripes. It's your usual school uniform skirt, but under that you have a darker fabric that shapes into sakura petals, so cherry blossom petals. And then you have this great, I think it works so well that they made like a hole in here and then tied some ribbons. I think it adds so much to the design. And even though at first you look at it and you're like, well, it looks basic as fuck, but then you take a, like, well, you look at it more. You think of it, about it, analyze it, and you see how how much more there is to it. And then we have those ties, which I love the shapes. I guess it's like kind of like sakura tree or like cherry blossom tree kind of shape, which already makes it more unique than if it was just like your usual ties. And what I like, I guess not everyone could like, is how they added this like pink line on the shoes. I don't know why, I just feel like if it wasn't there, those shoes would feel much more basic. So even though I don't personally think it's like extremely unique, it has a lot of amazing uniqueness to it. That's why I'm going to put her in solid drip. I would say she feels too basic. Maybe it's because like I think if there was something more on top of her head, I would feel like it could be a fashion goat, but I feel like there's something missing in here. Hello, Bedu, hi, hello, welcome, welcome. We just started, I just rated the first Uma, she's a solid drip. Let me remember her name, Sakura Chiyono O, yeah, that's her. I think this is a solid drip, almost fashion goat, but I wish like the head was a little bit different. I feel like the head doesn't catch up to the rest of it. I wish there were some more of traditional Japanese ornaments rather than those basic flowers. Good that notifications work. Hey, hell yeah, they work! They work. I will no longer be gaslit that the notifications don't work. And if notifications don't work, I always try my best, at least. Quite recently started to post the notifications on Twitter as well, or I mean X, whatever, so people will know from there that, hey, she's rating Horse Girls. I know most of people see it like 5 hours later, so the stream is already finished, but whatever, I don't care. Okay, so that was the first one. Pretty good start. Moving on to another one. Oh boy. Oh my god. Okay, pretty good start, and then we move to this, which is, let me quickly check, because those are the Umas that I do not remember names of. Holy shit, I cannot, oh no. Wait, that's her name? P. Brian, god damn it. God damn it, okay, wait. Wait, it's not as easy. Yeah, I need to look for her. I thought I'm smart, but apparently this character decided I'm not going to tell you who I am that easily. So give me a moment so I can find her. Good thing is that she has different hair color than most. So Mejiro Ardan. Okay, that's her name. Mejiro Ardan. Great, fantastic. Yeah, I hate it here. Honestly, nothing much. Like, what the hell is this thing? What is this? I'm not even going to try to change this. These shoes are goddamn awful. What are those ribbons for? It's disgusting. Like, the colors don't really match. The turquoise with gold, and then you have brown here, and then down there you also have gold, but the gold is of different color than this one. Disgusting shit. And then you have this dress, which I believe, like, sometimes it works well when you do this kind of weird shapes, or like do half and half or something like that to destroy the symmetry. But in here, it looks awful. It looks awful. I don't know, like there are two different dresses and she tried to sew them in and just doesn't work. The glove here does not fit well with how ruffled this sleeve is. And here we don't have sleeve at all. And here we have random ass element that actually, I think the element itself is pretty good. And I think there could be so much better option for an outfit to match this accessory. Other than this is disgusting. I don't know what that is. The worst part of this design is definitely this weird thing that I don't even know what that's supposed to be. And the shoes. The shoes are atrocious. The colors are off. I feel like they had a good concept, but just the shapes of those clothes specifically, like this ruffled bottom does not match this plain skirt at all, this part. And then you have ruffles here of white, and then turquoise ruffles here. They just do not match. It's just, I'm sorry, but that's Mejiro Ardan. Yeah, Mejiro Ardan. it's too much off. From what we noticed lately, Mejiro Uma family, they all have this white turquoise always. So I guess that's a necessity for them to have it. And they try to make a little bit of more unique Mejiro, but no, that's definitely not it. No. You're going to seek professional fashion advice. You need that, girl. You really need that. Next one. Oh my god, I'm going so fast. I'm not trying to. It's just like those two were like quite obvious for me to judge. Let me check her name. And her name is Admire Vega. Oh my god, Patrick Vega, what are you doing? It's his Umasona? Damn, okay, this is not what I expected. So, what I can say here. I like the colors. I really do. I think the colors are pretty solid. Like, there is a little bit of blue and gold. It always gives this a royal kind of vibe, especially when added to white and darker elements. It works well. I'm not the biggest fan of the zippers in here. I think they're unnecessary and give too much of like a modern feeling to a design that does not need that, because the entire design gives me the vibe of like kind of royal guard or something like that. The shoes are two of different colors I can see. I think I would prefer if both were just white, or maybe at least if like this black one also had like white front or whatever, but it's not the worst. I don't like how we have this pose for her because I cannot like fully adjust to what's on the other side, so I don't know if the second glove is, let's say, black or something. But overall, it is a solid design, just not unique in any way. Therefore, she's going to this new tier of okay, but not unique. Wow, I don't know if it's those designs that go one after the other that I don't have to go too much in depth, but it's just like, or maybe because like there were so many similar designs that I already like talked about, and about all the theory of the design or whatever. Obviously, you know, you have artistic freedom, so don't think that any theory can hold you down from creating your own characters. Don't feel this way. But yeah, there are some tactics to how to make your design look more appealing, and this one is solid. It's just not unique enough. Okay, next one. Oh, Kitasan Black. I know this one because this one is the best card, at least in the global game so far, to get. The colors, amazing. Immediately, like, I love it. We have kind of, I wouldn't say it's like, I like how they made like the edgy colors not edgy. What I mean by edgy colors is red and black. I always felt like red and black are like the edges of the colors. They remind you of emo and everything. Yeah, in Japan they can also remind you of those kind of ribbons, the traditional ribbons, because a lot of ribbons have like white and red, like the one in the bag. It's a little bit busy, but is it bad? Let's take a closer look, okay? Festival vibe, yeah, immediately. Like the back feels festival. We have some kind of like confetti. We have those sleeve, those like shoulderless sleeves that have those very kimono-like patterns. So that's what I want to like take a closer look at. I like the shoes and the stockings. I think they work great. I think the back ribbon also looks fantastic, and it matches well with the ribbon on top. I think it's good that she doesn't have too much on her head, because it would be an overkill, as in here it's already pretty busy when it comes to the patterns. So we have these ones on top, which are the white ones on top, or they are fine. Then we have like more ribbons here, which is good because we have like repeated design, like repeated elements all over again. I don't know what's happening in here, what that is, but let's ignore that. I'm just bothered that it feels like it's going very uneven. You see that? It's like not symmetrical. And it looks... It bothers me a little bit, but let's just ignore that. It's just like a small oomph, very small oomph for me. I guess the patterns match the ones on top. So you have like these round flowers and then you have those kind of flowers. One thing that I guess I wish those flowers, there weren't the round flowers, because we already have a lot of sharp elements. Like here we have sharp flowers. Here we have those square thingies that I don't know if there were supposed to be flowers or something else. Maybe those gloves could be of a little bit of a different color. Like, I feel like those gloves could be more of this brown color and they would be a little bit better. But I may be wrong. So let me check. Obviously, I cannot make it perfectly. It would take me much longer. Oh, and here. Yeah, I think those could have been changed, or even make them maybe white. Oh well, the white will turn gray, unfortunately. But yeah, I think it could just be, oh, maybe this color. It could just be the same color of the clothes to match more. But but at the same time you have confetti in here that is of this yellow color. Never mind, then it's fine. It's fine. Well, I think maybe on the skirt those kind of like sparkles are unnecessary, but other than that, it's pretty solid drip. I would say it's a solid drip. I would say it's quite a solid drip. I cannot complain about this one. There you go. Yeah, okay. Next one. Oh, I know which the next. Oh my. Okay, I gotta say, this will be extremely biased because it's. I mean, okay, the whole tier list is fucking biased, so whatever fuck am I talking about? Satono Diamond is one of my favorite designs in the game. I love how they connected kind of like Victorian era vibe with Japanese style. There are, like, at first you think, oh, isn't it too busy? But then you see, like, there's really not that much going on. Yes, there are a lot of there's a lot of lace, but overall, it's just so pretty. You look at her and you feel like she belongs to the antique shop. You know what I mean? Wait, what should I wait for? It's just, I don't know, she just... And it also immediately gives you the personality of her, like, you can feel like she's the gal that drinks tea at 5 o'clock, you know? Arms and oversized sleeves. Yeah, when you look at the front, you may feel like a little bit off, because I feel like oversized sleeves are great. It's just in here, because she's standing like in front. If it was different pose, it probably wouldn't bother you. But in here, it may look a little bit awkward how they are put. I feel it really looks like they were adjusting it within like a 3D model. It kind of looks like that. So maybe it's not drawn the best as well. But overall, like, I love this design. I truly adore this design. The colors are amazing, you know. I like my green and gold colors. And brown. I mean, just look at me. We're matching with Satono Diamond, with the color scheme. So how can I not love that? It's just, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. I actually have her card because she's not a playable yet, but I have her card, and people were laughing at me because the previous Uma, Kitasan Black, was the one that's like the most important card out there, and I kept getting her. I wasn't even mad because she's so freaking pretty. So for me, she is the next fashion goat. Wait, why did I become so small? I'm too small. Okay. I mean, in general, I'm small, but come on. I just adore her. I adore her so much. Her design is so beautiful. And okay, I understand why I got smaller, because I didn't unclick from the I didn't unclick, and that's why the zoom in, the scroll of my mouse made me smaller. Okay. Yeah, oh my god, we have the first goat after so long, after Mambo. Matikane Tannhauser, if I remember correctly. Let me just drink a little bit of the tea. And we're moving on because we still have a lot of Umas to rate. There's like no time to waste. There we go. Another kind of like peaceful Uma vibe. Is she from Mejiro family? Because she has the Mejiro colors. I'm starting to get better and better at this, you know? Like I feel like I'm getting better and better at this. Her name is Mejiro Bright. Mejiro Bright. Okay, yeah. Out of Mejiro family, she may be on par with Mejiro Dobber, which is the one in third of the last in okay but not unique. So like the colors, I really like Mejiro colors as long as they don't mess up too much. But it's so simple. She's once in family, that's for sure, yeah. So overall, I really like the stripes, how they turn in here. In the sleeves, there are like reverse stripes here on the stomach part. And then we have, well, maybe this belt is a little bit unnecessary, but I feel without this belt, this big belt would feel too awkward. I don't like this element. You know, this element reminds me of Horun's design, how he has like this one random ass golden element that Shipsin like to call swastika. Yeah, this feels a little bit awkward, but I really like the belts that are like holding her boobs. This is how boob holders, yeah. I really like them. I feel like there's too little happening on the skirt though. So I think I'm going to put it in okay, but not unique. I cannot say more about it. It's like the bottom is fine. I think it matches like the two different kind of shoes. I wish the shoe would maybe be a little bit brighter because I don't know if it matches well with the ruffles here on top on her boobs. And I wish this freaking ruffle here on top would work different, like would have different color, because honestly it's just like one element that doesn't match with anything else on the design. So yeah, that's it for another Mejiro family member, Mejiro Bright. She does look like a bright Uma, but yeah, I'm sorry girl, you're just not special enough. People probably forget about you all the time. I'm sorry, this is the kind of character you give me a vibe of. It's like, oh yeah, that was this Mejiro as well, we forgot about that. Next up, okay. Nishino Flower. I know Nishino Flower mostly because this little shit, who is actually a senpai for a lot of Umas, she always outraced me when I like first started playing the game. The colors, like when she was running, like you can definitely spot her in the crowd, but is it good? No, this dress is awful. I mean, the shape, it's the colors. I'm sorry, but it's the colors that makes it all awful. The shapes aren't too bad, but I feel like the top of her head doesn't really fit to the rest. I don't know, it just feels like someone dressed her up with something that does not belong to her. I don't know if you have the same vibe. I really like this kind of thing in here of flowers, and like, you know, her name is Nishino Flower, so I wish we could see just more flowery elements in like better colors. Yellow should not be the main color though, I feel like, because like yellow, when you think about flowers, yellow is the middle part of the flower, you know, where the pollen is created, where bees sit and take the pollen, right? And I feel like to put yellow as one of the main colors was a little bit too much. I think it would have worked better if it was just like an extra color. the white doesn't look well with this trio of colors. It's just like, oh, this pink, oh, no, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the dress as well, but I think the base is great and we could have worked around it a little bit better. I think it's just like, this shape is also feels very awkward, this lamp-like shape. This is what I'm going to call it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Nishino. I fear her. I genuinely fear her in game, but I don't fear her enough to put her in category. She's very similar to the one on the left, that's whose name I forgot. Let me remember what her name was. Her name was Messiah. No, wait, not Messiah. What the fuck are you talking about? This is Kawakami Princess, yes. Messiah is entirely different Uma. Kawakami Princess and Nishino Flower, they can shake hands when it comes to just color palettes. They got them awful. I guess the one next to them, which I also forgot her name. God damn it. Too many Umas, too many names to remember. Fine Motion, yeah, they can all shake hands when it comes to bad color palette. I mean, a lot of those in are like just bad color palette. And I think there will be more as we go, but we'll see. Let me take a short break to, you know, empty my runny nose. I try my best to mute myself when I do that, so you won't have to listen to that. Also, I would be extremely embarrassed to have those kind of noises on my VODs, you know? I'm already a little bit embarrassed that my voice is not of the best quality today, but it's all because of the runny nose. Okay, yeah. That was Nishino Flower, so let's move forward to the next one. Oh, that's Yaeno Muteki, I think. Let me check. Yeah, Yaeno Muteki. I was right. Why I was right? Because I have her card. You're welcome. You're very much welcome. Ooh. Yeah. It's a fighter posture, alright, and I really like her face. Like, I like her extremely sharp, a little bit empty eyes. I love the fun in her hair, but it just feels a little bit awkward. And I think it's because of the color palette, because you see, like, she's like black, red, white, just like the previous one that we had, Kitasan Black. But then you give the random blue and then the random green that like goes all the way to kind of like bluish green, which is just like this part of her design, the very center, it feels extremely off. One VTuber from Face? Which one? I tried to think of which one could it be, but I don't know. The fist reminds me of Jijimurin, but the eyes definitely do not. So I wonder. You say okay. I think because of that, strictly because it just feels like, first of all, it doesn't feel very unique. It's like your traditional Japanese clothing, and I like the shoes, especially that they're like a little bit non-symmetrical. Like, mostly they're symmetrical, but there are much more ropes or whatever that black thing going around her ankle not the ankle, but just like the whole part of the leg is. But in the end, it's just like, yeah, this is traditional clothing, let's add random bullshit go. I don't like the shapes here as well. I feel like this is not being read well, like the top that's Japanese, and then under that there's some awkward kind of shape. Panko from Face Connect. Wait, let me check. When it comes to Face Connect, I don't don't know many. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I can totally see that. Like the hairstyle is very similar. I mean, I think she has the braids, but because like the braids are on the back, you only look at the front, and the front is very similar as well. Yeah, very, very cool, very, very cool. So I'm sorry, Yaeno Muteki, but I think I have to put you. Where though are you though? In something is off. I don't think it's atrocious. I think there are enough of elements to make me feel like it's good enough, but it's definitely like not good enough to be okay but not unique. So something is off, and I think the issue is like the middle part. It's just too much of randomness going on. And it's a shame, because like I feel like if it weren't for this like random connection of yellow, green, blue out of nowhere, although, well, yellow is in the fun as well, so at least yellow defends itself. So if we had like more of yellow elements, or even, wait, let me check. Maybe if we just like, I don't know, turn this to blue and give like this thing a little bit of a blue element. I think we would still have to swap, I don't know, the colors in here, maybe in here we could. I think what I'm trying to say is that we should have worked more around the color palettes to make it more plausible for it to work. Maybe even like in here, the fun should have like on the other side, on the inner side, have more of the blue one to work. Yeah, I think I would like it better if it was more like that. A little bit, but I still think we should like... that there would be more adjustments necessary probably, or something like that. But you see, with the blue one, instead of those random colors, it works a little bit better. It reads a little bit better. But even then, I think it still would be like, okay, but not unique. Okay. Could work a little bit better, yeah. But it's still like, there are a lot of very awkward shapes. I think the thing between sash and the top, this thing like white and red, it could be like, we could get rid of it entirely, because it's just like doesn't work well. Shape-wise. Oh, okay. That is... oh my god, give me her name. Ines Fujin. Okay, yeah, I am not the fan of colors. I think the color palette itself is pretty decent, though. I don't think it's the worst, you know, like I feel like in here at least the colors are constant. But do I like the colors? Not really. When you see her, you want to play golf. I think it's because of the hat, right? I think the hat is like kind of like, you feel like, oh yeah, it's golf. But also like, yeah, she definitely gives the sporty vibe. And because of the hat, it's like either tennis or golf or something like that. It's a little bit boring, you know, because it's just like a skirt, a top. Like she has kind of like cheerleader top, but maybe the blazer is too much. Maybe if we didn't have like this kind of like crop top jacket on top of it, it would have worked a little bit better. But overall, it's like, you look at it and you think, okay, this is like, everything matches. I wouldn't say like I don't know what, I think those are stars, and here is the star and buckle. There's some kind of weird X, To Be Hero X reference, I don't know. But overall, I think the elements truly, I don't know why she has like a leaf or a feather in there though. I think overall, it's just like the elements match well. It's just that the design itself isn't very appealing due to the simplicity and the very unique color palette, or very bold color palette. She sure does give me like a tomboy kind of vibe, but still wearing like pinkish color, which is like kind of like cool contrast, you know, because when you think of a tomboy, you don't think about pink color, and here she is like tomboyish and yet still wearing this like very girly colors. This probably sponsor logo, maybe like Tom Nook from Animal Crossing is sponsoring or something, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I would like, maybe there are a little bit of too many elements at certain parts, like I don't know what that is on her hand, and unfortunately we are on such a perspective that we will not know, but maybe it's a little bit too much, maybe these are, but then again, I guess it could have felt a little bit too naked in here. I don't know, it feels just like, she feels like the third random opponent that someone would have in sports anime, and she would be important for like 2 episodes only to be forgotten for the rest of the show. This is the kind of vibe she gives me, so I'm going to go with okay but not unique. I think she's very similar case of Agnes Digital, where I personally don't vibe, but I cannot say that the design is not. You know what? Actually, those laces, shoelaces, why are they of this color? Like, you already have so many colors, why is it purple? But I wouldn't say it's something that I would like put her lower. I think she's fair to be okay, but not unique. Which is quite an achievement, as I really do not like those colors. But I think, I mean, it's not like I hate them, it's just like, they're definitely not in my preference, but because like together they don't hurt my eyes, so that's why I'm probably being a little bit more nice to Ines. Next one. Oh, another sporty one. I think this one's name had something to do with jungle. Or I'm stupid and I mistook her for someone else. There's a chance. Mejiro Palmer. Wait! She's Mejiro Palmer? She's from Mejiro family without having Mejiro colors? Huh? Wow, okay, maybe she has been, I don't know, she has been thrown out of her family or something. What I'm going to say, like, there is no color palette. There's literally no color palette. They just put every element is different color. Look. White and green jacket with golden elements and brown fur. Yellow top, crop top. Bottom is different kind of bluish green with pink scarf-like thing as a belt, and then you have black and white shoes. It's disgusting. First of all, like, the color palette is non-existent here. Second of all, every single piece of this wardrobe feels like it's from like entirely different person. It's like, yeah, this I took from Mejiro Ryan. The jacket I took from Mejiro Ryan. This skirt I took from Mejiro McQueen. The shoes I got from Mejiro Dobber. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like every single element feels like it's like from entirely different kind of wardrobe. You would only change the top and boots. I would feel different. I think I would change the top color to black. Let's say let's play around a little bit. You know what? Let's play around. But only for a little bit, okay? Let's try redesigning her for itsy bitsy. The gold. Let's go with black, because black is very you know, basic color, so you can go off with it very simply, and if you feel the need to change it more, you can always do that later on. But for now, let me just readjust a little bit. Okay, so let's say... Let's just shade it a little bit because it feels extremely awkward when you don't have the shading at all. Okay. So we have black in here. Now the bottom should be different, or I don't know. Let's say she would have like a tie in here. But I need to think of entirely different bottoms though. And it just don't work. Maybe something like this. Or like this. And then you go like, I don't know. Let's just say something like something of this sort. Or there are shorts. You know, whatever. I'm trying to think of something, and then you have like a black belt in here with golden element, whatever she has in here. She has some kind of like triangle in the hair or something. Whatever that is, I don't know. Let's repeat that element. And actually, you know what? Should have colored in this shade, you know, it would work better. Yeah, it would work much better. Something like that, you know, you could... Oh, shit, I did that. You could always, like, get something in here, like more chains or something to make it, like, more interesting of a design. Whatever. But I feel like in here, at least she... Like, this is very extremely basic. But if you manage to... I see the pink color in here and I do not appreciate it at all. I would rather take, like, blue from her eyes and put, like, blue elements in here eventually. As she does have, like, this kind of, like, blue color palette as well. So maybe, like, blue laces in here. And in here, and then maybe on top of here you could like have another thing that is blue to add something to that, something like that, you know. And it would feel more solid. Obviously, like it would be still basic as fuck design what I did right here. Maybe even like in here should some elements or I don't know, like some kind of like patterns to make it more unique. Something, just anything to make it look better, because you see when we go back to here it's like, yeah, once again it's something entirely different, and then oh no, that's another Uma. We go in here and it's like at least there's something like that matches. Tough Uma to dress up. Yeah, I mean you would have to like think of what her personality is and everything. It's just like in here it's just seek professional fashion advice, I would say, because it's just like, it's not even like atrocious, it's just like nothing much. It's just like basic clothes, but it's like, I don't know, you were late to school and you grabbed everything that was like the first in your sight. You just like, you got that thing, and like every individual element is fine, but together they don't work well. Maybe the shoes should be different as well, but I don't know. I think she would work better if she had like those kind of very big sneakers with a lot of like details and elements and shapes on top of them, you know, Nike kind of vibe. So yeah. Now we have this one. So after Mejiro Palmer, we have your name, please. Inari One. Okay. So, yeah, another tomboyish one, but holy shit, she has only, like, bandages on her chest. This pose truly makes it much harder for me to judge. But I can immediately say I am not a fan of the color palette. It's just a little bit too much. Like here, they want to go with purplish, pink and white, but then you give like this purplish that gets too much into like the blue territory, which doesn't match well with this pink and blue random scrunchie. Then you have yellow as well, which yellow is fine with this color palette, but it's like gold yellow. And then out of nowhere you have black here, an entirely different color of pink, and then you have white and pink, and pinkish white. It's just a little bit too much of randomness going on. I think if we went on and took this purple and go and swapped it in here to not multiply, I need color. Yeah, to put it more in here. Make it more purple, it's fine. Then the scrunchie could be, for example, white. But there's also a problem because the white on the mask is different than the white on the stock, one of the stockings. But yeah, the scrunchie would be better if it was just white. You know, like what? I know I cannot do that really well, but maybe not the saturation. I don't know, just like, or maybe, wait. Maybe if you want this yellow so much, make it yellow, you know, like make it, give more yellow elements to it. In here, instead of the black, we could go with yellow as well, maybe. But then I think like the colors of this should be different as well to work. What's that? Maybe not. Maybe yes, actually, like, you know, like yellow and here white instead of the pink. And then this one could be like the same color, which more or less it is. The problem is they changed so many, they put so many different shades of pink and purple. Decent would say. Okay, hi Shrek. No, she looks like a brat who wear every random thing in the wardrobe and tell you that she's a princess or something. Other haircut would work. Yeah, the haircut doesn't feel very Japanese-like. Like, it's obvious that they were going for Japanese style. I think her pose also feel like more like a sumo kind of pose that they're doing. So I do not understand why they decided on this kind of hairstyle. Sometimes I feel like they're just like randomize the hairstyle and put it, because like it doesn't work with so many umas. They're like put random bullshit go. I will put this one on, because unlike Yaeno Muteki, who is a very similar case, this one like has not only the color palette not working well, but elements to it feel too random. Hi Foyren, hello! So I'm going to put her in Look Foyren, we have another fashion goat. I mean, I have another fashion goat, and it is Satono Diamond. So yeah, she did not, Inari, that's her name? Inari One. Sorry, but you're definitely, you could have been much better. Next one in line is them Megumin. I mean, what? Next one is Uma Musume for Megumin, basically. Her name is Sweet Tosho. She's not, like, she's far from being sweet. She's a little bit of trickster. Yeah, as I said, this is freaking Megumin, basically. Kitasan Black goat. Yeah, Kitasan Black is in solid drip. It's like, she has a little bit too little of uniqueness for me, to my liking to be fashion goat, but she was very close. So, Sweet Tosho. let's look at her. First of all, we already know that she is a witch. She came from Hogwarts, or I don't know, somewhere else, but you can immediately see that, right? What I definitely do not like is this thing at the end of her hat. It feels so freaking awkward. It reminds me of an adult toy, but whatever you can do about that. I think like those dingly dongs at the very end of her hair were more than enough. We didn't need that. We didn't need those dingly dongs in here. Ha, nothing. You heard nothing, Binyo. Don't think about it. I said nothing. So I think if it was just like even shorter, like you don't need this hat to go that far. Yeah, it's already so much better. I like her hairstyle, although it feels a little bit busy on top of that, because it's rarely that you make a very unique hairstyle if you're going to hide it beneath such a huge hat. Anyway, so this is an interesting take. But I like how those kind of like shapes come back in here with this simple pattern only on the left side. The coat itself is very beautiful. I love the embroidery kind of pattern in here. It's fantastic. Then the shoes, very classic ones. Though I gotta say, the top that is gold and the heel that is gold, they give so much, like, they almost feel like extremely adultery-like, which is an interesting take. And then the base is red, gold, white, which is, the bottom is basically the uniform. So she does have the vibe. And then you have like this belt that also matches it also well. So she truly gives this kind of like, yes, I am a magical girl, not magical girl, a student at the wizarding school. It is a witchy drip. But other than that, it's just like, other than those dingly dongs at the end of her hair, it just feels extremely basic. Like, I laughed. It's like a Harry Potter kind of, like, she came from Harry Potter, from Hogwarts. Or, like, she looks a little bit like Megumin, like, with her whole outfit, or rather color palette. She looks like more fancy Megumin, actually. When I think about Megumin and remember what kind of, like, simple dress she had, yeah, she feels like a little bit more fancy Megumin. She's like a merge of Union and Megumin. So I cannot call her fashion goat, but I think I'm going to put her in solid drip. I don't see anything that I would change other than this deleting the dingly dong at the end of the hat, which feels just too unnecessary and too awkward. But other than that, it's quite a solid drip. And this is the first witch Uma. We haven't had any before, so she has uniqueness to her. Bigger hat. Yeah, the bigger hat could be great as well. Wait, I can check that. The problem with bigger hat is that well, she has her ears, so, but yeah, you could say, yeah, with the bigger hat going more down like that or something. I know I cut her head a little bit. This was not, but yeah, the bigger hat maybe would feel a little bit more anime-like. Yeah, when I look at that, it adds a little bit more of a charm, doesn't it? The bigger the hat, the bigger the charm, or something. But overall, yeah, solid drip. Moving on to Shakur, my favorite Arabic airlines. Not my favorite drip though, that's for sure. I mean, I think they had a concept, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of meh, you know? Like, simplifying it extremely so, which is a shame because Shakur is such a body when you look at her face. Like, she has piercing off top of her, it's just like so cool, and then she has like this kind of zigzag on top of her hair, which makes her even more wild. F1 fan, kinda, I guess, true. It's like, I feel like they could make her more of like body that has a lot of like sequins or something, like, you know, like more wild color, more edgy. punk girl, and instead they gave her leather and some basic ass top with some splashes on top of her top. I don't like the top. I don't like how the color are set. Like, technically the color palette is not bad. There are, the main color is black, then like extra gold, and then we have like quite a lot of blue, yellow, and red. It's just together, the shapes themselves, they just feel boring. They just feel so freaking boring. And it is a shame, because honestly, when I saw Shakur in only her school uniform, I was like, oh my god, what a body. I can't wait to see what her race outfit is. And then I checked her race outfit and saw that, and I was like, I'm disappointed, you know? I'm kind of disappointed. I think they could have done much more, and instead it feels like they just like took like random elements and just like, okay, so here she will have this kind of very awkwardly looking bracelet, and here she's going to have this huge ass zipper. I hate this zipper so much. And then her top will be like, you know, 2000s top from like thrift shop. She looks like from 2000s, you know? Like, I don't like it though. I never liked the fashion of 2000s. I feel like I'm going to put her in Something Is Off, because I don't even know what to change in here. I think I would change like literally everything to make her work. Just give her different clothes, because the base itself is very solid. It's just like those clothes are not. So she's going to Something Is Off. I feel like I could work with this color palette. It's just, it needs a lot of readjustments other than random splashy thingies. Okay, Shakur, that was you. Next one in line is something bamboo. Something bamboo. She has a card right now. I even got the card, but I don't use it, so I don't remember her name. Bamboo Memory. Okay. So yeah, she's a memory, but I did not memorize her for sure. Bamboo Memory. I dig the color palette. I do not dig the top. I don't know what's going on here, but you know, this thing, this accessory under her head, it feels like she wanted a Naruto headband, but something went wrong, and that was the only things they had in the store. And it pisses me off that this is of wrong color. The thing on her, the ear accessory, it should be green. Why the fuck is it blue? It's like a little bit of different shade, and it would already be okay, but now they had to do it. Or even go with this kind of like no, actually the darker one, but it could have like, let's say, stripes or something, or even like the bamboo kind of pattern, you know. So to make like a bamboo kind of pattern on top of that, so like something like that would be much better. I love the coat. I gotta say, I love the coat. I hate how there are those things like those belt thingies. Wait, because I'm moving it wrong. The green part, yeah, the green part is kind of cool. I think the shoes are quite interesting as well. Like, it is definitely an interesting shape for sure. And it makes me feel like, yeah, she's wrapped up in bandages, but not really. Which makes me feel like, because she feels like kind of someone like who trains a lot of martial arts, those kind of bandages would fit, but those are not bandages, so it works. What I don't like about this coat is how those belts are like the same thing as in here. So instead, what I would think about doing would be to get rid of it entirely. Let me just get rid of it real quick. Shit, this should be darker. From this side, of course, only. Yeah, so there would be... Oh, shit, I didn't delete that one at the very end. Fuck me. But, yeah, we're deleting that as well. Okay. More or less. And in here... I would do something that could grab onto those things. So, you know, like those kind of like thing that could grab, so you can actually pin it like to itself, like pin it, right? Like you can put one to the other. So to know that yes, you can connect those things instead of be like, yeah, both sides are symmetrical. No, you should have something else entirely different. And I think it would have worked better, and it feels less crowded on the bottom and less awkward, less symmetrical as well. So yeah, that bothers me quite a lot, not gonna lie. I don't think it's a solid drip, because once again, I still don't like this thing on top, but overall, like, the clothes are pretty simple, but I think she worked the color palette than the previous one, that I once again forgot her name, that Fine Motion wasn't able, like, she did something that Fine Motion wasn't able to do, which is make those colors work. So I can appreciate her for that. So Bamboo Memory, for me, you are going to go to... Where the hell are you, Bamboo Memory? There are too many Umas in here. Holy, here. You're going to okay, but not unique. Because I think like the most unique part is the coat. It's just like the coat and the shoes, but it's just the coat is not developed well enough for me. Moving on to the I have no clue what her name is. Copano Rickey? Yeah, Copano Rickey. Okay, she looks like she gives me a I'm a VTuber vibe, you know? I don't know why. The color palettes, definitely not my favorite, but I mean, the yellow, reddish, pink, and white is fine. I'm just not much of a fan of adding baby blue to that. And when they add baby blue, they also added like darker blue. This yellow hurts your eyes. She wants to be noticed, okay? Why these shoes? Yeah, okay, these shoes are atrocious. I'm going to admit. Not only they feel like they don't work well for running, because like literally at the ankle they go wide, but also they're just... You already have ruffles here. You shouldn't start with ruffles here, you know? So yeah, I would probably get rid of those and just maybe even like, you know, do something like put those and like that. Let me just check, or maybe even like make one even higher. Why the hell not? Actually, you know what? If I were to make one boot higher, I think it would be the yellow one, because on the bottom we have more of the white. So yeah, getting rid of this bullshit, whatever this bullshit is, we're getting rid of it. And then we could like just go with this. Well, you could go with this one, you know, like this classical kind of thing that they do on the shoes, with maybe a blue flower in here, you know, like we have but I would go with the darker blue. So to add the darker blue, we could make like a flower here. I'm trying to work with what they already gave us, okay? So don't judge me too much. So like this, you know, and then maybe like even like smaller petals in here as well. So here there would be like this kind of shoe, and then there would be the kind of shoe that would go like the like this one, and then we would have like the darker. Let me just work it out. Yeah, and then we would have, let's say, red flower in here or something. Would it work? I guess it would work. And this with this yellow, and maybe even like the bright, wait, dark blue was supposed to dark blue or white, bright blue. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Like, I don't know, maybe this kind of like ribbon on top of that as well. I don't know, something like that. I think it would work a little bit better, but then again, now that I drew it and I look at it from far away, I feel like it doesn't work well. I feel like, yeah, first of all, yeah, let's get rid of this black part in here, because like we don't have any other black element, so why the hell are you even there? Maybe actually adding more of blue here and there would work much better, now that I think about it. You know, it's just like too much of just... Okay, I feel like it could work a little bit better, but I don't know if I wouldn't change this one to the white, the one on the left to white shoe as well, because it feels like too much yellow in the end, so... But we could stay with red ones, red sides for this one, but it's just like, oh, like this. Kind of better. I know right now you don't see it well, because like white on white is, yeah, not very visible. What is this? Yeah, okay, whatever. I put her in awe. There's just too much work. There's too many things off. I think the color palette could work, but the readjustment of colors, how they are set in here, would be in line of doing. And other than that, it's just, I don't know. It's just a little bit cringe. Moving on to... Wow, like it's I think it's the most polished design. You see this folklore? Also, maybe more Slovenian one or Norwegian, Norway kind of vibe because of the legworm. I don't know how to feel about that. Let me let me grab her name first though, okay? Because I have no freaking clue how she's called, and I think that would be great if I knew. So let me... Where the hell are you? I just seen you on the list. And you ran away. Okay, found her, found... Not this thing. Holy, it's so hard to get her name, damn. Wait, am I... Why can I not... Oh, wait. What the hell? Why can I not find her name? Nameless Uma. Where did I lost her again? Oh my goodness. Oh my, where are they at? Here. Here, okay. She ran away from me twice, that's why I cannot find her right now. Her name is Yukino Bijin. Take off this white antennas and it's a good Uma. We cannot take off her you know, her ears, but I do agree that the shade of those is not good. It's not good. I don't know who did that and why they did that, but I think if we like did red this one and maybe like flowers in here or something, or like this, it would work better. But I also would need to change this white to this white because it's just like weird that it's entirely different. Yeah, I like it better now. Other than that, I'm not a fan of those ruffles on top of here, not gonna lie. They're kind of too awkward for me to like, so I would get rid of them. They just don't make any sense to be here, you know? I just feel like they were like, yeah, so we'll add ruffles in here, but I'm like, dude, it's too much. At this point, it's just too much. Leave it be. Leave the leg warmers and keep it at that. Yeah, now I feel... I mean, it does feel a little bit awkward, so maybe if we did like... not even this color, but the brown color, and if we could do the tights... Oh shit, I cannot do that. Okay. Wait, let me... no, in here, kind of, like, yeah, you know? Oh, I think I would like it better, because, like, you see, those are leg warmers, so technically, you know, technically, this means that she's living somewhere quite cold, right? Therefore, I feel it makes more sense for her legs to be more covered up. The white cloth? You mean that this kind of like to get rid of this thingy? Yeah, it could work as well. I also feel like it maybe could work better if it could be like less, not brown. Now I see that because I thought it's like transparent and you can see through it, you know, like kind of a thing. But now I can see that it's not like that. But if you added like ribbon or something in here, or maybe even in here, and in here the red one, like on the side, I think it will make her cuter. I actually start to like this design the more I look at it. I really like this kind of folk outfit. Yeah, better. So I just feel like vanilla ears without anything is good. But everyone has their own preferences. I think maybe without... now that I gave the ribbons, it could be without it. But I would keep the ribbons to make it more unique. And now it's better. Yeah, it could work as that, like that as well. But yeah, basically a little bit of a different change. I like the outfit though. She has snowflakes because she's Yukino Bijin, so basically snow beauty. I would say, yeah, you could translate her name, its name, I don't know, as snow beauty. So I really like how I redesigned her, not gonna lie. I vibe with it. But yeah, some changes are necessary. Therefore, Yukino Bijin, you're going to go once I find you, because apparently it's very hard for me to point you up, like to find you, is... Oh... I think for my bias preference, I would say solid. Is it solid drip though? Yes, it is. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Yes, I changed quite a... But after I changed, okay. I'm going to lower her to okay, but not unique. I feel sad because I feel like if it was like this, the way I redesigned, I would put her in solid drip, but I need to get rid of that, and this is what her design is, and it isn't much worse. It's much worse. So as she is okay, but not unique. I think she may also belong to Something Is Off, but because I really, really like the concept behind her, she's a tier higher. Moving on to Mamacita, the Mamacita Uma, that whose name is, I don't remember. I do have her card though. Seeking the Pearl. Okay, that's her name. Seeking the Pearl. Yeah, I don't like her design. The color palette is not bad, other than this random ass color in here. God knows why it's here. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fine that we have like an extra color, but for fuck's sake, put it somewhere else. It cannot be only there, you know? Like, get it to different elements as well, or it won't feel like it's necessary at all. Let's maybe swap the color in here. Let's maybe add it somewhere here, like in the back of the gloves. You know, like it doesn't have to be everywhere, obviously, but maybe add it in here or something, you know, like give more purple. And I feel like with more purple, this is a little bit better. I don't know if I can do it like as color, so it could look a little bit better. Yeah, okay, it works a little bit better. Yeah, but basically just make it more purple. If you use this purple color, why the hell not? But I gotta say, those stars on her boobs are so freaking awkward. This thing on top of the star, I don't know what that is, but it's weird. It's just, they kind of like mixed cowboy with circus, and well, when I think about cowboys and circus, I immediately think, yeah, Americans, but you know what I'm talking about. It's just like, bro, just don't. And the glasses, they shouldn't even be here. Get the hell away from here. I don't want you there. You don't, like, what kind of What kind of like design do you want to go here for? Like, I don't get you. Like, just you know, decide what you want to do with this design instead of like doing this random bullshit go. Let me just fix the hair a little bit. Okay. Much better. I think different hairstyle would also work her well instead of like free flowing hair. Maybe a ponytail would be better. Wait, let me check. Let me check. Good one. I think it's like the shape itself is not too bad. It's just some things. First of all, definitely not a very special design. That's all I'm going to say. We can keep it like that. Maybe even. No, it won't work if I keep it like that. But you know, like the front. Let's say it's like the front bangs or something going this way that are for some reason behind her because this is how they're swept. So I'm going to put it to the advantage. Putting it to my advantage and maybe like, I don't know. I'm just testing it out, okay? I don't know what I'm doing either. Don't look at me like that. Or you know what? I have this kind of like cool ass hair thingy. I don't know if it'll work though. Okay, it kind of works. Not exactly how I would want it to work because honestly I don't know how exactly it works yet, but I think it should be thicker overall. But yeah, I would also put like make those shorter. The hair shorter, definitely. The front should not be that. God damn it! Where the hell? What do you... Give me that. Yeah, probably, like... But whatever. It's just, you know... I cut part of her head though, so... I should not be doing that, but... I don't know. I feel like with different hairstyles she could work better. But it is what it is. Overall, I think if you get rid of the glasses that I don't feel like they're matching at all... and add more purple, it would be pretty decent. But as she is, the way she's presenting herself, I'm going to put her in okay, but not unique. She doesn't piss me off with her design as much as some of Something Is Off did. Okay, I freed my nose. Now we have this. You know what? Wait, let me. Where's my nose spray? I need more freedom. Okay, now all I can smell is eucalyptus and aloe. I'm tilting my head a little bit, so that's why it feels like I'm looking up. Yeah. Let me look at the name of the new Uma that I'm going to judge, because I don't know her at all. I'm not gonna lie. Her name is... Asthma? Ain't no way, Aston Machan. Wait, do they really call her Asthma? Aston Machan. I mean, Aston Machan is... Aston Machan is basically Aston Martin, right? Wait, Aston... She intrigues me. Wait, I need to check her... Aston Machan. She carries a Machan doll. Okay. A particularly strange Uma Musume. Her dream is to become a mascot. Okay, that spans the whole world. That's... okay. Okay, so we don't really know much about her. Oh my god, they have their own Oshimarks? I didn't know that. Aston Machan. Aston Machan. Yeah, Aston Machan. It's extremely simplistic design. It feels like they wanted to go for royalty, but then they were like, yeah, but keep it simple. Like, she has a freaking crown on top of her head, and I don't like how she has like blue earring and then there is no blue element at all. I think like if I were to go for something with changes, this would be the first thing that I would get rid of. Either get rid of, double it, or change the color to the darker one. Or, you know what? Not even the darker one. I think the gold one would work better if we change the color to gold one. Yeah, much better. There's not much to change. She just feels like extreme NPC, to be fair. If without this crown, look, you get rid of her crown. She loses all the personality. She's now the most NPC Uma ever. But I cannot put her very low because technically nothing is wrong with her design, you know? So, because I don't have much to say about it because it's so boring. Yeah, she even holds her own NPC version. That's very much true. So, all I can say for Aston Machan is that she's basic bitch. I need to put her in okay but not unique. I have nothing else to say. It's like, I can say I do not like her hair because, like, I don't know how you feel about that, but I don't like how it's like on one side you have a crown and on the other you have a ponytail. It throws me off. It's just like, I'm all for non-symmetry, but I feel like when you have this kind of like side huge ponytail, you should not add any accessory. That is not the hairband or some scrunchie. It just doesn't work. But yeah, okay, but not unique. I will probably forget about her. I think the most unique thing about her is her name, Aston Machan. Moving on to... Okay. She's like... very metal. I mean, not like heavy metal, but you know. Oh, let me check her name though. Oh, she's right next to her. And her name is... Yamanin Zephyr. Okay. I feel like either... I think I'm going insane because I felt like we already judged some of the Uma that had similar color palette, but I think I was wrong. Yeah, that's the thing. I have mixed feelings because I feel like I like the color palette, but I don't like the color palette and those clothes. It just feels, something feels off in here and I cannot point out what, and it's pissing me off. I'm sorry, I say a lot of it's pissing me off, but I don't know if you've seen, but there is like a guy, Rolf Gator, who's making VR chat roleplay, and they have a character called Marcus the Worm, played by his friend, female friend, while using a voice changer. And it's like so stupid but so funny at the same time. And there is like this one clip when the Marcus the Worm, he's like goes down to look at the fire, but under there are rocks, and he's like going down looking at the rock, and it's like, Robert, I don't like this rock. It's pissing me off. And now this clip is living rent-free in my head. But back to Yamanin Zephyr. I think that maybe I need to check if I can change something to make things work. I don't know if I'll be able to, but a crazy thing. What if we change the red to even brighter blue? Let's see. I know it will feel more like one-toned then, but let me check, okay? I think I like it better. And then that's not all. That's not all. That's not all that I want to do. We go with baby pink, because like this dress, you could say it's a little bit more reddish, and I want her to be more pinkish, but like baby pink color. I still feel like something is missing. I can see that there is like different color in here, so maybe let's try that. Let's try adding this color somewhere, like in here, let's say, and in the back, and in feels a little bit better. It feels a little bit better. It feels a little bit better. I'm still not a fan of how this metal here is of a different color, so stop that madness. Stop that madness. I need to do like, yeah, give me that. We need to swap that. We need to change the color. Like, bro, what are you thinking? What were you thinking, bro? You can't wait. Oh no. Yeah, no, you cannot do like, oh, now it's a little bit better. I think I would change this thing though, where I would just get rid of the ruffles. I think the ruffles are very much unnecessary in here, because like ruffles on top of the ruffles, yeah, it's a little bit better, but at the same time now I feel like I would rather put her tights into something. But that would be hard. I think that would be hard to adjust to make the, oh shit, this is not what I wanted to do. Because I felt like different tight colors could also work, but I don't know which color. I'm like, let me think. Maybe the dark blue ones? No, it would be worse. I don't know. Unless I would like make the shoes darker, and then the tights would be like this. Nah, I think it would be too much. Yeah, I think that something is wrong with the ties, and maybe if we change it in a different way, it would work much better. Or maybe even, you know what? Never mind. Let me cook. We add a little bit of ribbons in there to make it less, because it feels naked. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I think now it would be a little bit better if you add something to that, and maybe even you see those bells, these okarun balls in here. We could like make them jingle in here somewhere, but not to make it too awkward. So maybe some in front, and maybe in front of here somewhere. You know, it would work a little bit better. I think it gets too crowded though. I don't know anymore. Let's judge her for as she is now. I'm going to put something is off, because I honestly cannot pinpoint what exactly annoys me in her design. I think there is quite a lot of potential in here. I really like, you know what, I think I really like the cute faced ones in Uma Musume. I'm slowly starting to realize and accept that, so I'm putting her in something is off. She does have potential though. Okay, next one. Oh, I'm so happy that you turned your back at me, so I cannot judge you fully, but let me find her. Let me find that motherfucker. First of all, The hat gives me extreme hobo look. Nakayama Festa. Okay, let me look for Nakayama Festa in front. And she should have that. She should have that kind of original design. No, I don't want original design. Give me gallery, maybe. Come on, give me gallery, please. Thank you. Ah, okay, so she's in the back in here. Holy fuck, is this that hard to have her in very front? Okay, oh, wait. No, this is her casual clothes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you her casual clothes are kinda, they're my vibe, but, so look at her as I'm looking for front of her outfit. Oh, found it. I don't know what quality it will be though. Yeah, I like the streetwear as well. So overall, I really like the coat color. This is the front. Okay, so let's judge like that. I love the coat. I love the colors. I like the streetwear. Not the fun of the chain with the dies, or like, I don't know, it feels a little bit awkward, but let me ignore that part. I'm just want to, because she has on her boobs, she has kind of like sakura petals, kind of like sakura flowers. I don't know why, it just don't match the vibe. If you want to go with some vibe, let's put her like, I don't know, put the dices in here or something like that, you know, like maybe not this kind of obnoxious red, but I think like you could go with 1, 2 and everything, you know, like just kind of like, if you want to put something in here, put the dices if you already use this kind of thing in here. I don't think I would be doing the turn-like shirt. I'd rather for her to have like just this kind of crop top instead. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think it would work much better if she only had that. Maybe eventually like another kind of shirt on bottom and put like something like that in, you know, like this kind of uneven shirt, this kind of vibe, and then I would be like content maybe if there were a little bit of more dices in here, or the dice would be a little bit smaller at least, you know, like make it a little bit smaller and it would be fine for me. But overall I think it's pretty solid of a drip. I would say it's pretty solid of a drip. Maybe I would also try to add a little bit of blue on the shoes, because honestly I think those shoes they're not that as visible as I wish they were. So instead maybe of this I would do this part which part? Bottom part white, and then they go the grays. Yeah, more like this. And I think I've seen, yeah, golden buttons. Therefore, let's go with golden elements. I think they match pretty well. If we go with gray, just put golden elements in there. It's fine. Or on the other, actually, when I see like there are much more of those silver ones, maybe let's swap it to silver, because honestly it kind of annoys me. Other than that, it's pretty solid drip. I like it. And once again, putting her here, you see, the only thing that's extremely pissing me off are those embroidery. I don't think it matches well, and the fact that those are golden elements, I think it would be better gray. And to add a little bit of turquoise on the shoes, I think it would just make you feel like those shoes are more interesting color wise. Other than that, I would say Nakayama Festa, or however she's called, I would put her in solid drip. You know what? Yeah, that's solid drip. Sure, a little bit of a hobo streetwear drip, but have I ever said that I don't like Hobo Drip, no. Therefore, I think it's very fair for me to judge her like that. Okay. That was Nakayama Festa. I can get rid of that. Next we have, oh, okay. A very doll-like, pure kind of character. Wonder Acute. Wonder Acute, okay. Wonder Acute. Let me definitely we're going 180 from streetwear to this kind of cutesy kind of clothes. What I immediately do not like is how they added, because like you see those colors toned down and it's fine, but then they added the normal colors. Me no likey. Let's swap it real quick with maybe the brown element, but at the same time, wouldn't the brown be too much? Well, let's see. I think if we change those to brown, the blue parts to brown parts, and the red parts to pink parts. It would work a little bit better, but I think, yeah, but I think the brighter brown would work better because it's like very, or even, let's keep part of it just white, the ribbon, and on top of that, let's just keep it white, you know? Yeah, now that's much better. That's much better for me, at least. At least for me. Or even, you know what? Let's try again. Just put this bright brown. This thing on top, bright. No, I liked it better this way. Yeah. Hello, my lady. She's cute. I gotta say, she's cute. I also would love to change those pom-poms in here because they're barely visible, and I think it's extreme shame that they're not visible at all. So maybe let's take advantage of the fact that we have those two colors that are pretty toned down, and let's just put them in there to... Man, I think I chose the wrong colors though. I chose the wrong colors. Let's just like, you know, use those colors. Which is pretty interesting because like I feel like it's weird that those toned down things kind of match, although I don't know if I like how it was. Yeah, no, I think it's a little bit too much if it's just that. And I think it would match more if it was just the brown ones. Yeah, the brown ones, but let's add a little bit of the dark elements to it. Yeah, I think I like it a little bit better. And here we have purple. I like how on the bottom of the shoe she also has this kind of color. Overall, yeah, I would just tone it down a little bit, but overall I like this design. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty simple, but it's just something about the color palette that it makes it also calming. Sure, I changed a few things to make it more peaceful. Or maybe if they just change the colors altogether, like, you know, just get rid of these things entirely, like put, let's say, brown everywhere and then brighter brown on top of that, like instead of get me out of here, like make those things brown, stripes brown, bright brown or whatever, and get rid of those colors, because honestly, like, as much as they don't disturb me that much, I feel like at certain points they feel weird. But then again, it feels like it's kind of like it's missing a lot of color because of that later on, and it's a big no-no. And then again, I feel like maybe if we did more of the pink on top of here. Oh, that's already better. Okay. I think I'm cooking something in here. Something like that, something more like that, you know? Just pink on top, in here more of brown. Just don't add the blue and red out of nowhere. And I would like it a little bit better. But overall, I think it's... because of those little issues that still feel like they're taking away quite a lot of her. I'm going to put her in okay, but not unique, but it's so close to Solid Trip. It's so close. I wish I could put her higher because she's extremely adorable, and I have weakness for adorable horse girls. So Wonder cute. You really are cute, but we need to move on to the next one. Oh! A little bit of Scottish. I see it is Scottish. Oh, that's Zenno Rob Roy. Yeah. I can see a Scottish blood in you. That's a unique design for sure. And honestly, I vibe with it. I vibe with it. Like, sure, it may not feel appealing, but I truly see like the socks that are traditional to this kind of like Scottish uniform, the scarf kind of thing. That's like, oh my god, it's just like the whole uniform. What I do not like though is this bullshit that they put on top of that. So basically something that's technically not a part of the racing uniform, but I feel like should be readjusted to be a part of the uniform, or they should have from the very beginning changed that so it could work better, you know, like, oh shit. So, you know, like something like that. Something like that, maybe with a little bit of like oh yeah, and maybe if the ribbons were green. Although there is white on the bottom on here, but I still feel like maybe if they were green and yellow. I took different green. I wanted yellow though. I really wanted yellow in here though. Like, I'm not going to... And honestly, I wish... Which is something that I believe that I can change. I wish her eyes were of different color. Actually, you know what? Maybe gold? Yeah, the gold one. I wish the eyes were more like that, you know? Or like greenish gold. Oh, that would be so dope. That would be so... Scottish noir for you? Yeah. I'm just annoyed at the blue, you know? Like, it just feels like... Why? Why? Zenno Rob Roy, why are you having those blue elements? It just throws me off so much. That is not to say I'm like a huge fan of Scottish wardrobe, but I do respect it. I do not think it's like unique enough. Maybe if it was like a little bit more. Although the beret, it's just like, I feel like if they put it on another character with different hairstyle and like different, it's just, I think these clothes could be saved if different character wore that. So basically like entirely different hairstyle, eye color, maybe hair color as well. Make them chestnut brown or something like that. Different element on her horse ear, and I honestly feel these clothes are a little bit of a waste on Zenno Rob Roy. But that's my opinion. No hate for Scottish. I love Scotland. I've never been to Scotland, but I love Scotland. I want to go one day though. Moving on now. Moving on. We have... You sure? I don't see her on the... I'm like, are we sure this is the next one? Because... Okay, I found her. Because I don't have her. Okay, I got her. Hokko Tarumae? You're not trolling me? I don't believe them anymore. Hokko Tarumae? Doesn't feel like the name that I recognize, so... No, this is her name. Tarumae. Hokko Tarumae. I'm sorry. My bad. Hokko Tarumae. Yeah, I don't like the colors. Immediately, I don't like the colors. I don't really like the shoes. Mainly, it's just... That's very not nationalist for me to dislike white and red, but it's just... Most of the color, like the main colors in color palette are white and red with a little bit of this dark blackish brown, and then just like you said, Benyu, it's like purple in here, orange in here, turquoise in here, and the only thing that reappears is turquoise and orange in her shoes that I'm not a big fan of. She has holes in her skirt for some reason. I don't know what this design is supposed to represent. It just feels like a very ugly school uniform, and I'm not here for that at all. I'm not even going to try to change it because honestly I think like the design itself is just awful. I like her hair, I like the beret. I wish there could have been done something better about her that made me care about this design at all. But for me, this one is just ugh. This one is just ugh. The shapes are boring, the entire design is boring, the color palette is unpleasant to look at, and it doesn't give me anything. It doesn't tell me anything about the character, it doesn't give any personality whatsoever, it just random clothes go. That was quick, am I right? Now we have a party girl, American kind of gal vibe, California girls. California girls. Daitaku Helios. That's her name, alright. Those shoes looks like it's like she wants to jump into the puddles of water after the rainy day. You know? A lot of random shapes, extremely simple clothes because it's just like a top and shorts and those shoes. Man, I think if you wanted to go for like kind of like gal that likes a lot of weird shapes and likes to be colorful, it's all fine and good, but it's just, I feel like there was a concept but they didn't deliver because they were afraid they're going to overdo it. Gyaru pool girl, yeah, she's a wannabe Gyaru for sure. It's just that I feel like she's a Gyaru in making. So she doesn't know much about fashion yet, so she dresses up safely, she doesn't try to experiment yet. She's in her beginning phase. I'm extremely indifferent about this design. It just feels like casual clothes more than racing clothes, to be honest, because if you did not know, which you may not have known, when it comes to Umas, they also have casual clothes, but the casual clothes usually are extremely simple, like, you know, one dress or just a simple dress or a simple sweater or something like that. So this is nothing worthy of judging, but yeah, this one just feels like a casual clothes. Blue hair here, I don't mind blue hair here. I think they work well with golden eye. Golden eyes. It's just that I think it's because of the top also being blue. It feels like there's just too much blue going on. For me, Daitaku Helios is in... something is off. I think she is not bad enough to be like in awe, but I wouldn't say she's okay enough to be higher. I don't know. She did not impress me enough. moving on to the next one, which is Wild Girl. A Wild Girl, and this is the one that I think I wanted the card of and didn't get it, which is Shinko Windy. Yeah, I dig that. Basically, like, you can feel the vibe of cave girl, you know, a cave girl, wild hair, spiky teeth, because she needs to bite into the raw meat. I love the hairstyle, I gotta say. I like the fur, it is in the right ways. There's some, but even though like they made her like this kind of like cave woman vibe, or rather cave girl, because she feels more of a cave girl than a woman, they gave her like this kind of a little bit of punkish twist to it, and I think it works very well. And even though the entire thing is very simplistic, like, you know, it's only 3 colors. It's black, white, and purple. It works so well. You don't need to do anything more. Literally, you could say like this accessory is like of a tribal kind of patterns or something like that. I dig that. You know, sometimes simplicity is something good, and honestly, I wouldn't change anything in that. It's just like simple, but it has its uniqueness. It tells the story of the character. You have like the sharp ass teeth, and then you have some kind of other fangs in here, and I think it works amazingly well that she has like this kind of white hair streak that matches these fangs. It's great. It's fantastic. And maybe I'm a little bit biased because her hairstyle kind of reminds me of my own because of the darker parts in here. Yeah, Shinko Windy, solid drip. I'm going to put her in solid drip. I feel like it's too simple to be a fashion god, but it is a solid drip. Yeah, it is a solid drip. I like it. I like it. It gives me off the vibe that she is a wild and fun character to be around. Honestly, maybe I'll pull for her, because now that I look at her, I'm like, yeah, she's kind of cool, you know? I dig her. I dig her. I really like it. Simplicity. You see, sometimes being simple works the best, as long as the character tells you her story through the design itself. Okay, that was quick. As fast as the wind, Shinko Windy. Ow. Oh man, Elvis Presley on the run. Her name is oh, great. You don't want to tell me? Chibi? Mr. Oh, I'm sorry. I said that's a girl, but the name is actually Mr. CB. CB. Mr. CB. I'm sorry, mister. Okay. The color palette is not bad. It's just that I hate this green. This shade of green is awful. But other than that, I mean, it's kind of fun of a design. Shape-wise, it really is not so bad. Hi, Yagami, hello! It's okay, you can be late, it's fine. You will be able to catch up to it. You know, you can, even now, you can watch from the beginning ×2 and try to catch up. Or you can watch later on what you missed out. We've been going for 2 hours now, so you have 2 hours of content to catch up to. So, oh yeah, that's CB for, yeah, they're Mr. CB, even then the initials are there. I love the little top hats. This is something that I really like in designs. I really do not like the color palette still, even though the color palette works. White, this green and gold, yellow, it works. And then like only simple brown shoes, because like doing something more to the shoes in here would be a bad idea. So shape-wise, and like I really like especially this part where the top is kind of like a vest, and then you have this well, belt-like bracelets on the bicep, and then this kind of cuff. I like it. I wish it was different color palette though. Think Freaky Diamond that got here. I'm happy. Also from Mambo 2. Those are my 2 favorite designs so far, Yagami. Solid. Must go for Family Task. Okay. Bye, Benyo. Thank you for being there all this time. The pom-pom throws me off a little bit, not gonna lie. I feel like, if anything, this part of the jacket did not have to be different. So, but overall, you know, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the color palette, which was definitely the part that brings the design down the most, I'm going to put her in okay but not unique. I think through the shape, she is quite unique. Mr. CB is quite unique, but it's the colors that forces me to put her lower. Okay, to the next one. Oh, is that Mad Father? Wait, did they really steal Mad Father character design? Or am I going insane? Okay, I think I'm going a little bit insane, but you know, when I first looked at it, I was like, or maybe that was not Mad Father. Okay, but she kind of like gives the vibe, right? And I think that's what she was going for. Maybe it was Rosen Maiden. Wait, Rosen Maiden characters. There wasn't any in purple. I guess there was, but she had white hair. But yeah, overall, it gives me Rosen Maiden vibe. If you don't know what Rosen Maiden is, it's like this old anime about a guy who helps puppet girls, doll girls with something. I don't remember what. It's been ages since I've seen the show, so. But these girls, these Umas, it's actually a female Uma, is Daiichi Ruby? Am I right? Or are they... Well, they tell me it's Daiichi Ruby, but let me double check because I do not trust them. Yeah, okay, it's Daiichi Ruby. Okay. I like this kind of, yeah, little girl, Victorian era kind of vibe of like almost like a doll. I really like the hair, like the braids and the thick ass curls in here are goddamn fantastic. The color palette is fine as well. The Contrapassa's race outfit seems like she just picked whatever she saw lying around and said it's good enough. Expect for the mask is good. I mean, there are a lot of these kind of Umas around, like El Condor isn't the worst even. I think the one that put random things was oh god, one of the Ryans. I don't remember her name though. But yeah, I put her in Sick Professional Advice. This Ryan at the very end of Sick Professional Advice list. I don't remember her name. But overall, yeah, she does look like a girl from Victorian horror. But I feel like it's just too simple, you know? As a game, like, you know, as a playable RPG character, maybe okay, like as a little girl, but as a Uma who is racing, it just feels like it's a little bit too simple. I do like the embroidery. The color palette truly reminded me of Mad Father, so they are going for something in here. I can see that. I can appreciate that. It's not like I would change anything in here specifically, but I feel like they could have done something more, so I'm putting her in okay but not unique. She's just like, sure, in comparison to so many other Umas, she stands out with her doll-like design, but among other doll-like Victorian era designs, she just doesn't feel unique enough. Yeah, I wish she maybe looked a little bit more graceful, like Satono Diamond, maybe then, like more grand. This design doesn't feel too grand. It's still a solid design though. Just not enough to make me feel like, yeah, this is a solid drip. But maybe I'm just being very picky today. I don't know. I feel a little bit strange. I feel like I put some of them like higher than I expected, and then some of others lower than I expected. So I guess it all depends on the mood you have right now. Next one in line. Ooh, we have Gyaru. We have, I mean, maybe not Gyaru, but she's definitely tan and serious. But Symboli Kris S. Okay, so definitely I can see the similarities in color palette with Symboli Rudolfo. First thing, I don't like how her accessory is blue, and the only other thing that is blue is her eyes. I don't know why they do that. I don't feel like, if you don't want to go for blue in the color palette, why are you doing it here? I don't like the shapes, I've gotta be honest. Like, the color palette is fine. I like those royal green, black, and gold and red. But it just feels like it feels like she didn't clothe herself entirely. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it feels like her legs are too naked. The coat is of a very awkward shape. Like, this one sticks to the body and this one floats away and it's longer, which, once again, I'm always there to support the some extra things that are done to not make the design too symmetrical, but you already had this little arm cape in here, you already have this belt. I think if something more happened in here, like maybe corset or something in here, it would be much more interesting. Maybe put some stockings in here, because honestly I feel a little bit awkward when I look at those bare legs. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know what kind of legs would I like, what kind of, yeah, I think that would already be quite a lot. I feel like it's a little bit better, and because there's gold in there and this one is even, yeah, and this one is a little bit brighter, it would kind of, oh, it's not, never mind. No, let's go with normal. Seeing her makes me feel cold. Yeah, kind of. That's kind of the point that I'm trying to make, is that it feels like she wears too little, and I don't know why they decided on that. Like, you see, like, corset in here. Obviously, it would be great if she had some more patterns here, like something similar to what she has on the top. I don't know if the red would be the best thing, but maybe even put like gold laces in here, you know, like gold shining gold, something like that, you know, to make it more full. But still, it's awkward that the elements on her eyes are blue, because it doesn't adjust to the rest of the design. So I will put her in something is off, because something is off. Something is really off. I think she has quite a lot of potential, but just like definitely not with this code. Or even, let me just check one more thing. Even if like you made something more fancy, like put some ruffles in the back, you know, like this kind of thing in here, to make it more full, because it's like, it feels like it's not full enough. This thing is just not full enough. Just make it more grand, because like Symboli Rudolph, she has such a general vibe, and this is like taking away the entirety vibe of the general, which I feel like they tried to go for, but didn't work well. High socks compliment her design for your taste, you see? Yeah, because I feel like when we see high boots, we immediately, as people, feel like either there should be like something like socks or very tight clothes on, because high shoes reminds us of cold weather. And when you see someone in cold weather with high shoes and bare legs, it feels off. It feels off. That's why we gotta redesign. But as she is now, as she is originally, I would say something is off and I don't like it that much. Oh, okay, that's I think another from O family, Sakura something, maybe? Sakura Laurel, but not O, but it is a Sakura for sure. Sakura Laurel. I mean, the color palette is fine. It's a little bit too pink. I wish now that we have like this brown color, we could we could take advantage of that a little bit more. Like, for fuck's sake. Like, put this in here, put this in here, put this in the cuffs. Just readjust so we have a little bit of more brown elements to it, because it's an overkill that we have so many things in here. I don't know if that would be a good idea. Actually, I don't think that would be a good idea. Maybe if we did it like that would be also better. It's just let me keep the gold ones. Yeah, I think it's a little bit better if we do it like that. And we definitely need to change the accessories on top. I don't know why she has those accessories when that's literally like none of them are in the, once again, I don't know why they do it, but they repetitively do the same freaking, well, I cannot call it a mistake, but it's just like the same thing over and over again when they're like, yeah, so we kind of thought that is going to be good, but to like make a different element in here. But yeah, like that, it would be already a little bit better, less pinkish, shows us a little bit more on if individual colors instead of jumping on us with, yeah, and it's pink, and this one is pink as well, and this is also pink, you know, like they're so chill, bro, chill. We need less pink and more brown. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and on the bottom maybe brown as well. Yeah, and this feels way less obnoxious. Oh, but one more thing that I would maybe also change would be I see that I have to change it this way. This, I understand why this one wasn't in the dark color, because beforehand, before I made the changes, it had the same color on the bottom. But like that, I think it would work much better. But as she is, so without any of the changes, I would say, something is off. It's not good enough to be okay, but not unique for me. I think like there are a little bit too many issues for me to feel like, yeah, this is good enough. I like the shape, but the shapes at the same time, they're pretty simple and nothing is like going outside. It's very stick to the body kind of design. And it doesn't work the best in my personal opinion. Remember, this is my tier list. You don't have to agree with it. You can make your very own. It's all right. It's all good. I'm not going to be mad that you don't have the same opinion as I do. It's not everyone can be, you know, that great. Okay, this one is Neo Universe, maybe? This is what I see on her. Yeah! On her pin, Neo Universe. Very Space Girl like, kind of. I imagine how, like, sometimes you know how people do designs of like certain things, they make human out of certain things. She feels like kind of like some soft drink gijinka, so a human version of some soft drink. She's too bright. I don't think she's too bright. I think her color palette is pretty nice. There's still such a thing as too bright, as long as like the colors match themselves. Pikachu wannabe. I don't see Pikachu. Like, honestly, if I were to compare it to a Pokemon, I don't think I would like compare to Pikachu. I think there would be definitely another Pokemon like no. There was one that had this kind of Dune sprays, maybe Shinx, more like Zeraora, maybe something like that. But not Pikachu. I wouldn't exactly say Pikachu. I think there are just like more Pokemon that are like of this color palette that fit more than Pikachu in here. But anyways, no, I think it's... This design is extremely basic, but at the same time it gives the vibe of like space girl that spaces off, and she feels like she's spaced off all the time. They went for a very poofy big sleeves design, and it works well when they added poofiness to the shoes as well. She feels like an alien of some sort, and I think that works pretty well. The color palette itself is good. White, yellow, this quite bright black, neon and neon blue. They work well. It is a simple design though, so I cannot put her in solid drip. Can I? Can I put her in solid drip? I need to look at who did I put in solid drip. Well, she does feel a little bit unique as well. Is she a solid drip though? That's a conundrum. I honestly don't see any element that annoys me or I feel like it's not matching. Maybe the pin of Neo Universe feels like it's a little bit too low in a very awkward position, but other than that, I mean, in comparison to other Umas, it is quite unique. The belts may feel a little bit awkward, but they add to the anti-symmetry kind of vibe, so yeah, okay, I'm going to put her in solid drip. Yeah, I think she works well. I think the entire design works well, and she definitely stands out in comparison to many, even though it's extremely simple, because once again, it's oversized jacket with... It reminds me of how like VTuber design their own avatars. It's like, yeah, oversized jacket, let's go. Tech wear kind of vibe, yeah, let's freaking go. Neons, yeah, the back of the hair has to be different color, epic. I really like the ahoge and the star on top of her head. Yeah, they have a solid drip. That's, yeah, both of them. Even though Twin Turbo pisses me off with her ribbons and especially her shoes. I hate her shoes. These shoes next to Twin Turbos are the best shoes ever. Okay, moving on to the next one. Cute one. Your name, please. I need to check your name. That's not the one. That's her. Hishi Miracle. Let me check, because honestly sometimes I'm not so sure if I get the info correctly. Hishi Miracle, yeah, okay. Simple. Extremely simple. I do like the shoes. I do like how one has a cute ribbon. I love the color palette. I think it's fantastic. I have weakness for blue color palettes, especially when like they add gold and like darker blue. Why it's really great. The sleeves are kind of cute. Not gonna lie, this stripe in here pisses me off. Let me get rid of it, or maybe not get rid of it, but let me put it further down, because it feels so weird that it's like, yeah, there is this kind of part on top of it, but not in down here. But I understand now why they did that, because in here we have a tangent there and it looks awful. So I think I would just get rid of it entirely, or just swapped it with something else. I don't know, it doesn't fit in here. It just feels awkward. I think what would do well in here, if they felt like it's too empty, would be to add the patterns, the same patterns that they are on the sleeves, like in here. Like, you know, just something like that, and there's like this thing, and there are dots in here, and maybe not here because there's like this thing, but I'm just like vibing, you know. And then you don't have to put it on the bottom, but you also could do like something in here with like similar vibe of maybe making it a little bit more busier and put it here as well, maybe to just feel the space, because I feel like the white one is a little bit it takes a little bit too much of space. Yeah, I feel like now it would be a little bit better. And maybe changing the color in here would also help out, because I feel like there's a little bit too white. There are too many white elements. Even there, like maybe changing the color in here to that too. Or maybe not even that, maybe just add the brown, because I feel like the brown, there's not enough of the brown elements here as well. Honestly, there are no brown elements now that I look at it. So maybe instead of that, let's do it like that to add more brown to it as well. I think in here, if they added belt like that, would also add up. And because there are horse girls, they basically have free reign of, yeah, you can add the belt anywhere you want, you know? And because like there is something like in here that's like this on her already, it could work better. Yeah, just make it more busy and it would be a little bit better, because it feels a little bit boring. Your eye doesn't like seeing white, yellow, and blue all together. Really? I think it's white, yellow, and blue is a very good color palette. Genuinely. Yeah, I think this way it's like a little bit more busy and feels better and feels more cozy. As she is now, something is off is a great place for her. Unfortunately, I think like there was quite a lot of potential for Hishi Miracle, but yeah, she didn't deliver enough for me to put her higher. Ooh, next one though. Oh, next one though is... Oh, okay. Okay, next one. Tanino Gimlet, or how I like to call her, Goro Majima of Uma Musume. And I gotta say, as much as I love her, like, I fell in love with her facial look. Like, you know, like, she has an eye patch and she has like this kind of golden streak in here and this green inside. I'm sorry, but those clothes just, they feel so random. And I feel it could have been fixed if only the top was different. Like, I like the bottom. I like the jacket. I like the sleeves. I like how she has two different kinds of gloves. The shoes are beautiful. Pirate horse, yeah. It's just the top. The top is... that's not it. Let's try to fix it, maybe. Let's maybe try to fix it somehow. Let's put something that's actual, you know, actually in the color palette of her. Oh wait, let me... I'll think of what to add here. Just give me a moment. Hat, maybe? Nah, she doesn't need a hat. I don't feel like she needs a hat. I don't feel like she needs a hat at all. She will need something for alright though. A little bit of changes and it should be fine. Maybe even more? Like... Let me cook it for a little bit. I think I'll do things right if only I have a little bit of time. I don't know, something that will read, and then we need to get rid of the orange though. Or we don't. We're just added the... Oh wait, the blue one actually made sense because it's like the belt. But I don't like it, so I'm going to get rid of it. Anyways. Okay, and then we can... I don't know, but I feel like if maybe, just maybe... Oh my god, now I see like different kind of belts everywhere. I'm like, why are you doing this to me, girl? Girl, why are you doing this to me? Just think of one color, I'm begging you. Like, is it that hard? Is it that hard? Maybe even, I don't know. Just go with the color. Like, why do you mess up with the color so much? I don't like the turquoise either. It feels like it's maybe the gold and silver though. Would it work? I think I would need much more time to think how to redesign her, but yeah, I don't think the top is what's bothering me. She loves belts. Those are Umas. Like, they have a lot of belts, which makes sense because there are like a lot of kind of straps, reins, everything around horses. So it kind of is a thing that helps out making the designs a little bit easier for the designers of Uma Musume characters. Honestly, I wish I could put her higher, but something is off. Unfortunately, something is off, and I'm putting her a little bit higher than she should be because honestly, like this top is atrocious. Sorry, I'm muting myself here and there, but it's just like my runny nose is definitely having no mercy on me. Okay. I'm seeing how far I am, but yeah, oh god, okay. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, that's you know, when I said when I said that this previous top was atrocious, but it was far from what I think about this dress. Her name is Marvelous Sunday, and as much as I like those kind of horse elements on her twin tails, her clothes, you could say they give off like, I don't know, some fiesta vibe. I don't know, it's just like something like Latina, maybe not, I guess Latina festival. Like, she decorated herself. She was supposed to decorate the house for festivities, but instead she decorated herself. And honestly, I'm not a fan. It's just, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why she's the way she is. Yeah, Mexican. Yeah, Mexican festival vibe. I think the idea for those glowing beads sounds wrong, but I think it's a good idea. It's just when you put stars in here and flowers in here, and like you literally look like you wrapped yourself up in I don't know, like Cinco de Mayo. I hope that I'm not butchering it. Cinco de Mayo decorations. It does not work here. It definitely does not work on with what she has on top. I just feel like if she was more of like, especially with those straps in here, if she was more of like classical, I don't know, like horse-like feature, not horse-like features, but like she has horse-like features, the tail and the ears, but if she was more of a, I don't know, it's just like a racer style, it would fit more. Instead, they put a random character in random outfit. Yeah, I would seek professional fashion advice for her. Maybe if it was different character, nah. I mean, The colors somehow aren't that bad in here. Obviously, it's just like a whole color palette in here. You can say too many colors, but I feel like they do give a specific vibe. It's just not the vibe that Marvelous Sunday should have. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. It's just a miss. Kind of similar to Zenno Rob Roy and her Scottish vibe, right? Like the Scottish clothes are amazing. It don't work well on Zenno Rob Roy's design. So yeah, that was a quick one, but oh. I have any other Uma? No, I think if you design an Uma that's like darker skin that would give Mexican vibes, it may have worked better. It may have not been in sick professional fashion advice. It may have been okay but not unique, or something is off, but I don't think it would be that bad, personally. That's my thoughts. Okay, and now we have this one, who is Katsuragi Ace. I don't know what to feel about it. Like, it feels like she wanted to become a pirate, but then she wore those shoes and the magic had disappeared. I don't know, what were they thinking? I don't get it. I don't get it why there is a pink one out of nowhere and then there's a red one. Like, decide what you want to do in here. Kitasan Black with different dress? No. This is an entirely different character. But I understand why we would think that. She definitely has a lot of resemblance to Kitasan Black. I'm not going to deny that she may look this way. And then, like, you have, like, some bad dragon on the back of the coat. It's so weird. It's so freaking weird. I like the coat. It just does not, like, I like the front of the coat, but then again, I think if I were to design this coat, I definitely would get rid of the pink elements. I don't know why they are here. I think swapping them with brown would be off the, maybe a little bit better. It's just like, you know, like, oh, there we have pink belts. And oh, there you have a freaking dragon on the back. It's just, it feels so awkward. I don't like it. I don't know how to feel about it. The blue one, now that I redo it, don't match either. It's just so, I don't even know what to change. I don't think if I change it, it will make sense. Oh, dragon pattern is great, but not when you put it with like this sporty kind of blue and pink belts on the front. I think like there was a concept for the coat, it's just that they added colors that don't really fit in there, and then it's like someone told you that there is a dress code where you have to dress like as a pirate, but you were too lazy to look for like the entirely new costume, so you just like put things that are close enough, but you didn't have any better shoes, so you put whatever, and it's kind of disappointing. So as I said that, I'm going to put her in yeah, no, seek professional fashion advice. It just feels too off. I wanted to put her at but then I looked at the characters in and I felt like, yeah, no, they had something going on. This one doesn't know what she wants to have going on. Okay. I think we're going to go for like 30 more minutes and that will be it, because honestly, having a runny nose is kind of annoying, not gonna lie, so yeah. But 30 more minutes for sure. She's not giving me the vibe. Yeah, the vibe is like, I can see some potential, But it has to be decent enough to a certain extent. I don't think this one is decent enough to a certain extent because it's just like have too many random elements. The R ones, they at least have the theme going on. This one does not. Okay, next one. Oh. Okay, I don't... Oh, man. Which one is this one? Sirius Symboli. Yeah, she definitely looked like a Symboli one. I like the colors. Because once again, they are the same of Symboli Rudolph, and I really like those colors. Very general-like, or military-like, royal military-like. But do I like the outfit? It's definitely... I mean, I look at the bottom, and the bottom is kind of fine. I'm not the biggest fan of those kind of like zippers on the pants, but it definitely makes things unique. But the top is weird. Once again, it's great that you try your best to make things not too symmetrical. But in here, the top just does not work. It just doesn't work. It's just weird. The gloves are kind of off. I don't know what to think about it. I don't think it's sick professional fashion advice, not for me, but it's definitely going to the R category. I don't even know how to fix that because I feel like I genuinely do not like the coat. And I don't like the shirt. Basically, I would have to get rid of the entire top and think of something entirely different. Or maybe make this coat longer. Wait, let me see. Let me see a little bit. I'm not going to do much because honestly I feel like I would tire myself too much if I tried. But yeah. There are the elements that are in the back. In there you can do, on the very back, you can like put this thing in here. This thing in here. Oh, come on, let me... Maybe even... I wonder if that would work, but... Like, put this kind of... out of there, kind of cape. I'm thinking, don't mind me. I'll have to change the belt though, because like the back of the belt is it's adjusted for something, but not for what it like I'm for the changes that I'm making, so yeah, ruffles in here, a little bit more, but then again we still need the shirt to be, I guess, white. Okay. Oh. Ruffles in here. Oh yeah, the ruffles in here would add a lot. But then again, yeah, even like the cross can stay and this thing can stay as well. It's just something, just to readjust that, you know. Golden elements in here. You know, just something around like that. But then, oh yeah, we need that as well. I'm trying to do something here. I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that, but then I was like, I'm actually going to do that. Never mind then. I don't know if I like the glove, but I think I'm going to keep it anyways. But I do think that then I would change this to the darker color in here. So it wouldn't feel like, yes, this is the same element over and over again, because then it feels a little bit awkward. But yeah, something like that. Yeah, I would feel it would be more royal-like. The 50-50 top's not for you. I mean, yeah, I guess. That's why I made changes, and I like it much better now. But yeah, you see, that's quite a lot of changes done in here. So yeah, she's definitely landing in the category. There you go. Yeah, it's a little bit more than something's off when I'm changing this much. There we go. Oh no, is she Biwa Hayahide's cousin or something? I hate this color palette. Help me. Help me. Although I would say, like, these colors aren't working that badly with blonde hair. If anything, like, the blonde hair are saving grace. Narita Top Road. No, she's one of Narita's. Okay, that's... Well, Narita is not the best at fashion either. Oh man, it's just... It feels... I really do not like the color palette. I would have to change the entire color palette. Wait. What if I just, like, take random color, like, let's say more of reddish pink, and I'm just going to put it entirely on top of her clothes. Oh no, that would be awful as well. Never mind. And Tiara for... Oh my god, don't know! Oh my god, no! You made me realize! Oh my... I cannot look at her the same way. Her initials are MTR. Oh my... Oh. I feel bad for her now. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I feel sad. I feel sad. Oh man. Okay, I gotta say. She is Special Week. Special Week is the one that actually made those colors work, but I think it's only because Special Week also had the main color white, not those purplish colors. It feels like it's too much. Like, there's too much going on. Like, ruffles in here, then there's like some chain randomly, then there are like zigzags on top of the on top of here, right? Then you have these diamond-like shapes, then you have those transparent sleeves for some reason, then you have something on those sides, there you have like some kind of like random diamond, more diamonds and crown. Here you have this kind of weird shaped thing. Then you have like entirely different pattern on the shoes and entirely different gem on the shoes, actually. Yeah, okay, she has like the prismatic, let's say those are prismatic kind of gems, so it's fine, like it's a repetitive element. It's just like, I feel like it looks weird. It looks uncomfy to look at, and I don't like it. The whole community is saying that. I'm sorry for bringing that up. Well, you made me realize something that I didn't want to realize, but it's okay. It's not your fault, you know? You weren't the one who named the horse Yagami, so I cannot really blame you. What I can blame her for is that her clothes are for me. Yeah, she's a similar case to Biwa Hayahide, basically. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Oh, we have some kind of prince-like Uma. Your name, good sir / lady. I know all the Umas are females. K.S.Miracle. Okay, K.S. I'm glad that K.S.Miracle doesn't have Y between K and S. I'm not going to explain it to you. If you know, you know. I don't know. I don't like how one shoe is on the, like, under the pants and the other one is on top. Also, those shoes feels like Kingdom Hearts shoes, you know? Like, they're overly big. What the hell? It's the first time I feel like this. Shinshu from Genshin Impact vibe? I think it's because of the coat has like similar gradients to Shinshu, so I can understand where you come from. Listen, I like when Umas have pants, long pants, because it's a rarity. No, this was not My Little Pony reference, but it just feels a little bit off. I don't like how, like, one shoe is long, the other is under. It just feels off. This ribbon here also doesn't make me feel good. The shape of the coat feels awkward. You know, it feels like when the fabric doesn't have the physics in 3D kind of thing. Like, it's so stiff and it makes everything look a little bit ridiculous. The same with the bow in here that lazily are falling onto the chest. Overall, when you look at it, it feels like, yes, this is like one solid design. Like this, nothing feels extremely off, but I think it's something is off in the end. So for K.S., the frill of their skirt, yeah, the K.S.Miracle, something feels off. I wouldn't say it's an it's not that bad, but yeah, definitely K.S.Miracle is missing some good vibes for me to put her higher, put this Uma higher. Okay, next one. Oh, okay, first of all, I gotta say this has to be hella uncomfy fit, and second of all, it's a Mejiro, isn't it? The colors is the colors. I already know through the colors. Mejiro Ramonu. Okay, that is one hell of a mamacita, I gotta say. You know what? Out of all MILFs so far, from the face specifically, she's my favorite. My favorite mamacita. But putting that aside, I am personally not the biggest fan of this kind of skirts. It feels a little bit off, like the shape, it feels awkward. And also, I feel like it's a crime that we have this hot as fuck tight, and next to it you have like nothing. It should be illegal, you know? It should be illegal. Why is it? What do you mean? What? Not color multiply. If we had that in here, yeah, I think I understand why they did not do that, because it feels too dark. I get it, but hear me out. I think it's like the sexiest part of her, and I gotta do that. And maybe then look at that. Look at that. No, keep that. Color. Oh no. If we put this thing under as a white thing, maybe I'll be able to readjust that. Wait, let me. Well, it's hard to adjust, so it could work. That's the worst part of it all. But maybe, or maybe just maybe, what if we put blue in here? Oh, no, I wanted to. Wait, color? Maybe? If it was, obviously it has to be a little bit brighter. I'm unable to do that. But you know what I'm trying to get here, right? And then like another color, and it should be white or something in front maybe, and in the bottoms, something like that. Always the Mejiros. Yes, always the Mejiros. Always them. Oh. Well. I don't know. Okay, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, if we readjust that, or maybe let's just get rid of that, you know? Maybe let's get rid of that. Maybe let's just get rid of the bottom and leave the sexy part. And damn, I need to remember to. Okay, and make this part more puffy, or maybe not more puffy. Maybe quite on the contrary. Wait, I think I'm gonna cook. When I say that, I always feel like queso. Yeah, fuck that. We're going to go with that. Hell yeah. Like that. Like that. Oh. I'm trying to cook here. Leave me be. I'm working on it. I'm working. And something in here maybe. In there. And if we want to get a little bit fancy schmancy, we can always add something on side in here. Like, you know, some kind of ruffle in here on the side. Just to make things a little bit more interesting. But I really need her to have like these sexy ties. Ayo. I still don't like the top though. I feel like there's not enough of the top in here. Maybe, like that, I feel like this element is missing then. The turquoise element is missing and I don't know how to, maybe it's just like, or maybe, okay, hear me out. The inside of the skirt is like this. I don't know if what I'm going to do will make sense, but but kind of like this, something like, oh, okay. You know, so like it's like on the outside it's leather, on the inside it's this other fabric kind of thing. At least it feels more like one consecutive design then. And eventually you can like add some kind of ruffles in here. But I wouldn't want that. I honestly wouldn't want that. Blessed with the looks, whatever adjustment she has looks. Yeah, but then I have to remember that we're judging that. And I'm going to put her in Something Is Off. She's still a hot ass mamacita vibe, and honestly, look at her. Beautiful. Beautiful Uma. Beautiful Uma. But something is still unfortunately off. Mejiros. It's always the Mejiros. I appreciate that they try to do something. The stocking is freaking hot. It's hot. The garter belt. Epic. Okay, I think we're going to go for like one last Uma or two last Umas, and the next one is this one, and her name is let me check, because of course I do not know the name. Tap Dance City. Okay. Is it weird that I like it and dislike it at the same time? I don't know what to say about it. It's just like, first of all, it's very hard to judge. Oh god, I have seen some fan art that was like really crazy. Let me see. Sometimes I need to tap Dance City. Maybe I'll see the front of her, because like in this pose it's very hard for me to judge. Oh no, I think it's original design. I cannot look at the original design because it will mess up. Oh, this is, wait. Oh no, I think it, I was like, oh, I have the, I'll show you. I almost found it, but I think it's glitched, so joke's on me. Yeah, I think that's glitched, isn't it? It should be like this. Wait, she has different shoes. No, no, she does not have different shoes, okay. She kind of looks like a flag of America. I don't know how to feel about it. Oh, I found a better one. But still, I think it's like in night setup, so I'm not sure. It's like a little bit edited. It just feels stiff. I like the top. I really like the top. I feel like if they made something more of Spanish, it's not weird. I feel like if they made it more like roughly, like from the very beginning, you know, like more ruffles in here. Oh my god, I drew on top of her. I did not want to do that. I want to delete that later. So if we like, let me cook. For now it will look weird, but you need to trust me on that. As always. If we had like more of ruffles like those in here, it would have worked a little bit better. And then there were stars, right? I do remember the stars. Let me just put the stars. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to randomly, like, the stars still can be there. Like, there could be like a belt or something, and the stars could be like in here. I think this way it could have worked a little bit more dynamic, a little bit cuter. And also I would really love to change the color of the back of the shoes into the darker one, because honestly it pisses me off when they choose different shade of blue for the shoes, and I'm like, why are you doing this? But other than that, you know what? On both sides, yeah, but the other side can be like, it can literally be like, yeah, like something like this. And then on the bottom there can be like more ruffles. The red ones are definitely very much welcomed in here. It's just because now it looks like I did not welcome the red ones, but it's just like I would have to readjust them a little bit so they work better. And sure, if you want to go all the way in front, you can. And if you want to make this kind of like, because there was this kind of you know, the effect of going to different color, sure, by all means go for that. Even like you can even adjust to the white one as well a little bit on the bottom, for example, and it could work just as well. Yeah, more ruffles, make it more fluffy, not this flat, and it would be fantastic. Actually, it would be extremely fantastic, even though like I'm not the fan of this hair color personally. Other than that, I would be like very happy about this design. Where are they? Captain City. I lost you. Something is off. I think if she had those ruffles, I really love the top though. I really like the top. I'm so mad. And the shoes are fine as well. The ties are like they just yeah, the ties are fine. It's just the bottom. It's just the bottom. Everything would be all right. Maybe even like add some flowers to her hair, you know, to make it more Spanish-like vibe. Okay, and this will be the last one we're going to judge. Love the colors, almost Slytherin colors I wanted to say, but then I saw the golden and I remember Slytherin is more of silver and green. This is Loki from Marvel kind of colors, that's for sure. And I gotta say, other than for some reason them adding the blue elements in here, I like the color palette. Let me just swap it real quick to silver, so they won't hurt me anymore. Loki vibe, yeah, like Loki colors, right? He's like black, green, and gold. It's extremely simple. Let's not fool ourselves. It's extremely simple, but I think it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I don't know how I feel about stripes on top. I think they're quite unnecessary, or maybe there could be like different kind of patterns, because it feels like it's all so fancy until this comes along, and I don't know what this thing is, but because we don't really see this side, I'm going to ignore that for now. I don't like it though. I would get rid of it. It is a solid design. I really like the shoes. They're very cool looking. Maybe I would make this pattern a little bit smaller. The pattern on the pants, it feels a little bit too obnoxious in my personal opinion, but other than that, it's a decent look. It's just extremely simple, therefore... oh, wait, I didn't even check her name. Yeah, she's... I mean, Loki took off the helmet pretty quickly, so let's not be overly dramatic, but... Satono Crown. Okay, so she has to have a crown. Sorry, we do not have time and place for her helmet. I would say Satono Crown, extremely simple design, but it's solid on its own. So I'm going to put her in okay, but not unique. And I think that's where we're going to finish, because once again, unfortunately, I have a runny nose, even though it doesn't hurt me. It annoys me that I have to, you know, clear it out every few minutes, and even though I try my best to always mute the mic, it's kind of annoying for me. She's a Satono. All right, she's a Satono, that's true. Yeah, okay, she has a lot of learned from Satono Diamond, though. You just made me realize that. Okay, so for now, thank you for today. I'm glad that I had some audience to watch it with me, and this tier list will definitely be continued, but probably I don't know when. I'll need to think about it, because I definitely want to finish Kingdom Hearts, and right now anime season of summer is almost finished and fall season is coming out. So if you were aware, you could see already I set up quite a lot of streams already, so my priority right now is to finish Kingdom Hearts probably, and doing those anime streams. I will most definitely return to this series just once I'll find the right spot for that. Thank you so much, Yagami, you were fantastic. Thank you for joining the chat and being so active. It honestly means a lot to me. I know I talk a lot, but sometimes it's nice to check what you guys also think, so really appreciate that. And you stay safe too, stay healthy, because right now the weather goes, I don't know, like for everyone probably the weather is a little bit different, but right now for me it goes like high temperatures, low temperatures, so it's basically like the best time for viruses to attack you and bacteria. So yeah, stay healthy, be safe, and if you're interested in my gameplay of Kingdom Hearts, I'm continuing it on Thursday at the same hour as today's stream. So until then, I'll be probably posting shorts, because I don't have a video for this week, although I did write a script yesterday and I'm working on the thumbnail, so you can expect it soon. Then I only have to record it and edit video and it will be done. I say that it's not much, it's unfortunately a lot, but I'm working on it. I have like 2 videos that I really want to do, so the schedule of like the system of how I uploaded videos will change as well, because I feel like sometimes I should be grasping the currently ongoing topic rather than focus on, yes, I need to stay in line, like I need to first do video about this, then about this, and about that. But that's beside the point, that does not interest you probably, but that's just what I'm struggling with right now, to adjust to a little bit of a more freedom when it comes to creating content, video content specifically. Thank you once again so much for today. Until next time, bye!